Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Chef Shelly's Kitchen. So today I'm actually going to cook some turkey chops. And a friend of my husband, Sheila Osman, actually sent me a message saying, hey, when are you going to make those turkey chops? So today is the day, Sheila. We're going to make those turkey chops. This is something that you can serve very easily with the zucchini and asparagus rice dish, or you can make mashed potatoes and gravy. So this is what I'm going to do first is I'm going to prepare some onions. And then we're going to set it aside. We're going to add some nice little treats to it to create this nice sauce. So I'm going to do that first and we're going to set it aside. And then I'm going to cook the turkey chops. Now what's really important about the turkey chops is you've got to cook them on low. So we're going to probably pause and let it cook itself a little bit, because otherwise it cooks too fast. You're not going to cook it like a pork chop. Similar, as you could cook it in olive oil. I'm going to actually use a little butter because I'm just going to brown it. But again, it has to be cooked really slow or else it just cooks way too fast. So the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to do the onions first. So I had my heat on, and so I'm going to go on now and I'm going to add my butter. So just a little butter here, or again, you could do olive oil if you chose to do that. We're going to melt this butter. And essentially what I'm going to do is find a way to saute these onions. So we love onions around here. And I know Tony loves onions as well, so let me give a quick shout out to Tony. So I'm going to take the time first to cook these onions really well. And then some of you may not cook with pearl onions. They're just kind of a nice little treat. They are a little bit on the expensive side. You might say, where do I get them? You can get them in the frozen section, or you can get them in the vegetable section, you know, already kind of pickled, I guess you could say. And you can also get them fresh. They are very expensive getting them fresh. So again, I'm just gonna, as you can see, saute the onions a little bit here. Just grab a hold of this so I can really work those onions. I'm going to get the onions to where we want. Again, I'm going to be a little careful about the heat. I don't want to turn it up too high, but I want it just right, because then I'm going to need to put those turkey chops here on the eye as well. So again, this really is what has to cook these onions here. And then I'm going to add my pearl onions, because pretty much they're almost, you know, done. Okay, they were already cooked before, or they're the pickled kind. So as you can see, just kind of stirring it around as so. Get those nicely cooked. They smell good. And by the way, I actually used red onion here. I didn't just use the yellow onion. I used a red onion. It's just, you know, adds a little variety. So these are almost kind of where I want them. Again, make sure, you know, they're sauteed nicely. And I'll kind of show you here. It's getting there. It's getting there. And I constantly need to turn them because I don't want them to burn, nor do I want the butter to be burning, okay? All right. So next what I'm going to do, I'll just give you an idea of how they look. You can kind of get a sense here. They're almost, you know, soft. With that, I'm going to go on and add my pearl onions, okay? I'm going to add them right to the mix, just like so. Stir them around. And I'm going to add two other secret ingredients. One is parsley. And I'm also going to add cooking sherry, okay? So, again, you can find that in your grocery store as well. Usually in the vinegar aisle near balsamic vinegar, you can find the cooking sherry. And so anyway, got this kind of going here. I just want this to look just about done, because, and then I'm going to sit this aside for a little bit and let the seasonings kind of do its thing. But again, you can see, just kind of shuffling them around there, okay? So this is gonna be one of those delicious dishes. Maybe you haven't made it before. Now I'm gonna go on, I'm gonna add my parsley, and again, I didn't tell you what quantity because I'm going to obviously put it out there for you, but you're gonna add your parsley, and then you're gonna add your cooking sherry, okay? So, wow, delicious. Now, I'm gonna put that together like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna actually put this on a lower heat. I'm gonna let this simmer for a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start cooking my turkey chops. And this juice, it may seem a little liquidy. I've got a little concoction that I'm gonna add to make it thicken up, okay? So, but we'll go over that. All right, so for now, I'm gonna put this on pause. I'm gonna put this on the back heat because I want that to simmer a little bit, and then while that's simmering, then we're gonna be working on the turkey chops, okay? So let's just put this on simmer. Okay, let's start now on our turkey chops. So as I said, I needed to let I'm using the same eye I did the onions on, so I needed to let that cool down a little bit or else it'll cook too fast. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of put a piece of butter in there and let that kind of saute around. And then I'm going to take the turkey chops one by one and lay them on top. And then I'm going to also add some seasoning to this. Add some salt and pepper. So as I said, you're going to cook them like you would, let's say, pork chops. Obviously, turkey chops are going to be much healthier for you than pork chops. You're going to do that. Go on and add your salt and pepper. Again, just kind of sprinkle it on the top. And then I'm going to kind of let these cook, and then I'm going to turn it over and sprinkle some on the back. You can always add flour to them if you want to cook them with the batter, but honestly, I just think these are so nice the way they are. And as you can see already, and I'm going to turn this way, it's already pretty much brown. So it doesn't take a lot, and I'm telling you, you will burn these if you try to cook them on high heat or like you would pork chops. So they're going to be eaten in place of pork chops, but certainly don't cook them as hard. And I've got to keep my eye, of course, over here on my onions. So I'm going to stir this a little bit as well, because these are going to come into play, okay? I'm actually going to be adding a little bit of cornstarch and water to this mixture here to make a little thickness, and then we're going to put them all together. So I'm going to go on and turn them. Again, as you can see, already nice and brown. What was that? Minutes, if a minute or so. I'm going to turn them over because I also want to season them, but I have to keep my eye on them because they cook too fast and then we're in a disaster zone. So just a little bit more salt. And Angela, see, I've got my pepper shakers, the cute kind. So you're gonna love these. Again, very tender, nice white meat. All kinds of things you can do with them. Again, you can actually have sauteed your onions together. It's totally up to you, you know. I like to do it this way, again, because of the heat differential that you have to consider with these turkey chops. I mean, they just can't be cooked too fast, or they don't turn out well at all. Again, you end up overcooking them. Again, they're turkey chops, so it's a lean meat, doesn't have to cook that much. But you can see how pretty they are just by looking here. So they look delicious, and trust me, they will be delicious, particularly with our nice little onion mixture there, right? So you can see this needs to be brown just a little bit more. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pause here for a second. Let's let this cook nice and well, and then we'll come back and then we're going to add the onions to this mixture, okay? Okay, I've cooked them now I let them, again, turn down the heat. I cook them for about 4 minutes longer. So what I want to do, because I don't want to use up all of the gravy in there, because I want to use that again. Notice just kind of how brown they are. They look really delicious. And you can just, you know, put a little slice in them to make sure it's done. But again, it doesn't take long. So I'm going to actually take these out and put it on a side plate like so. And then kind of with the remaining juice that's in there, I've prepared a mixture of cornstarch and water. And this just basically acts as a thickener, okay? So we're gonna kind of thicken that up like so, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm then also gonna add the juice and the onions from before and the sherry. And this is gonna just add a nice little thickening to it. And certainly if you want another kind of gravy, you can add that. So I'm just kind of tossing it around. I want it to cook in that same juice. And then the way you're going to serve it is you're going to, and I'll put a picture, you just put your meat down and then scoop some of this on it. Because I'm not going to put, it's no need to put the turkey chops back in here, but that's how you want to use the juice of it. Okay, I've got my heat up a little high. So again, just mixing in the rest of the juice from the turkey, sauteing it all together like so. Okay, so I think we're ready, and we're going to take this off, turn this off, and then I'll show a final picture of how this looks with the turkey chops and the onions next to it. All right, until we meet again, I've got some fun stuff that I'm looking to prepare for you this year. I hope that you continue to give me feedback, give me ideas. I love doing this, and I hope it's been helpful for you. Remember, share, 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 and give me your feedback. See you later. Bye-bye.